Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be giving you my first impressions of the Xiaomi Mi 5s Plus. It's a flagship phone from Xiaomi released last month. In fact, there were two versions to it. The smaller version, the Mi 5s, which has a 5.1-inch screen, and this is the bigger version, the Mi 5s Plus, which has a 5.7-inch screen. The phone comes with Snapdragon 821, which is the latest offering from Qualcomm. Also, this is the 4GB version. And there's also a 6GB version with 128GB internal memory, and this is the 4GB version which has a 64GB internal memory. The phone also has, as you can see, a 3800 mAh battery inside. It's a massive battery, and I'm looking forward to the battery life, and that's why I got the bigger one, because I wanted to see how good the battery life on this phone is. Now guys, before we open this, a special thanks to Brandon, who was able to sell me this phone at a reasonable price. I think he got it from Xiaomi.eu, and eventually he was able to sell it to me at a slightly cheaper rate. So a special thanks to Brandon for providing me with the device. Okay, so I won't be wasting much time on the unboxing, as there are quite a few unboxings on YouTube already. So we're gonna quickly go through this, and I'd rather be talking about the phone instead and giving you my first impressions. I received the phone this morning, guys, and I've been using it for the past few hours. So like I said, I'd rather be talking about the phone's first impression, software, and overall performance so far that I have enjoyed ever since I received the phone. By the way, the phone is in gold color. This is slightly dull gold. It's not the typical gold that you got on the iPhone or other phones. Okay, let's put the phone aside and let's have a look and see what we have in the box. So we got the SIM tray tool here, as you can see, and the paperwork, which is in Chinese. Obviously it's a Chinese phone. So by the way, the phone has got dual nano SIM, so you can have two nano SIMs but no micro SD card expansion. Okay, so let's have a look what else we have in the box. We've got the USB type C to a type A cable, as you can see, because obviously the phone has got a type C cable, a type C port, sorry, as you can see. So well done to that for Xiaomi for giving us a type C device. So that cable, along with the power brick, which we will quickly go through the amp rating and see if this is a fast charger. So let's have a look. See, as you can see here, it says 5 volt 2.5 amp, 9 volt 2 amp, and 12 volt 1.5 amp. So this is definitely a fast charger. By the way, the phone supports a Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0, which I'll be obviously testing in the days and weeks to come. In my dedicated battery video, I will definitely be discussing that in detail. So guys, let's put the box away, and like I said, I'd rather be talking about the phone instead and less about the unboxing, as there are quite a few unboxings on YouTube already. So this is the phone, guys. It has let's quickly go through the specs again. So it has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 821 inside, which is the latest offering from Qualcomm. Also, this is the 4GB version, like I said, along with 64GB internal and no micro SD card storage. Also, it has a fingerprint sensor at the back, guys, and as you can see here, it's got this dual camera setup. It's got these two cameras, so each camera is a 13 megapixel camera, and both have got f2.0 aperture. Also at the front we have a 4 megapixel ultra pixel camera. This is the same technology which HTC have often used in their flagship phones, so I'm expecting some good level of decent selfies. The front camera can record up to a full HD 1080p. Okay, so we have a fingerprint sensor right beneath these two cameras, and also we have a dual tone LED flash, which I'll be testing, of course, in the days and weeks to come. I will be putting a lot of photos, guys, on my Instagram, and also will be updating you about the battery life, screen on times on Wi-Fi and 4G, and you will see plenty of stuff on my social media. Links are down below in the description, so please do follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all the other social media links, as I'll be updating about the phone, like I said, in the next days and weeks to come. The phone has got this lovely curved edges around the back, as you can see. Let me just bring it close to the camera. You will see it. It's a bit shiny, so you might not be able to see it very clearly. Okay, as you can see here, the dual curved edges go all the way across like that. The back, the front panel obviously is an LCD panel, so it's a flat screen, but the back and the back side is obviously dual curved, so it's easier to grip the phone in hands, even though it's a 5.7-inch big massive screen. But still, I'm feeling the phone being quite grippy and quite comfortable in the hand. Mind you, I've got big hands, but for regular people out there who don't like big phones, this definitely is quite a big screen. But for myself personally, these dual curved edges with big hands definitely helps in gripping the phone rather easily. Okay, on the right hand side, as you can see, we have the power button here, the volume rocker on the top. We got the 3.5mm jack, and a very welcome addition to an IR blaster, something which I haven't seen in many phones lately. Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge hasn't got this, the HTC 10 hasn't got this as well. All the older flagship phones from the known brands have the IR blaster, but it keeps going away. But it's good to see Xiaomi including an IR blaster, so I can actually tune my Samsung LED TV to it, and I can switch it on and off. I won't have to put any more batteries in my remote. Okay, and we got a mic there next to it. It's probably a noise cancelling mic, and then we also have a mic there at the bottom, somewhere in the speaker. So I'll tell you what, this I wanted to tell you, this is important here. As you can see, it shows you here speaker grills, but only one of them works as a speaker grill. The right hand side works as a speaker grill, and the left hand side has probably got the mic there as well. And you got these two lovely bolts here in the middle, which are hardly visible, and the Type-C USB port, along with these antennas obviously, which are used for reception on making phone calls. Okay, so we also got an antenna band, I think probably somewhere in here as well. By the way, the top bit looks to me as if it's plastic, but it's not. I saw in one of the videos somebody saying that it was plastic, but this seems to be as metal as well. So you've seen this bar at the bottom and bar at the top as well. So this also looks to me as if this is metal, not plastic, as stated in some videos on YouTube. But I tell you what, this gold color is lovely to look at. You might not be able to see it clearly because I've got too much light shining obviously, but in daytime it looks lovely. And you got this Mi logo at the bottom as well, which looks very, very nice. And the nice chamfered edges running all the way across, as you can see here guys, lovely all the way from the top, bottom and on the sides. Looks very, very nice. This phone's price is half the price of any flagship phone out there guys, the HTC 10, the S7 Edge. But I tell you what, the construction and the overall build is superb. It's a solid phone. The volume rocker and the power button has got this nice tactile feedback to it as well, so it doesn't look to me as if it's a cheap phone. It's a world-class phone and lovely finish, very nice build quality, and it doesn't give you the impression at all as if it's a cheap phone. Obviously for this kind of price, you sometimes, it's unbelievable how these Chinese people bring these phones out, especially Xiaomi. So I'm quite impressed with the build quality so far. Also, they have a 2.5D glass. By the way, Brandon, I think, already installed a tempered glass cover on it, so it's protecting the screen. But I can tell you that the screen is a 2.5D screen, so it's definitely one of the newer versions of the LCD panels. I'm not too sure about the protection though, because often Xiaomi is not clear about whether they're putting Gorilla Glass or they're putting any sort of other glass or Dragon Trail glass or whatever glass they're putting on. But it's good to have some sort of protection on top in case if you're not too sure what type of Gorilla Glass the phone has got. Okay, now let's switch the phone on, by the way. So this is the power button here. The phone also wakes up with double tap. I like that too as well. Okay, so let's use the fingerprint sensor, and I tell you what, it's pretty fast. I've configured the fingerprint sensor ready guys, and it's really quick. I can show you quickly. There you go. As soon as I put my finger at the back guys, it comes up straight away. There you go. As you can hear the sound when the phone turns on, and then it comes onto the screen like that. So lovely fingerprint sensor, very accurate. Even with my right index finger, it works superbly without any issues. So as you can see, the fingerprint sensor is very accurate and very fast. So well done Xiaomi for that. I really like that as well. Okay, so now let's get into the phone and see what version of Android this phone is running, and obviously your MIUI. So let's get into settings here and go in about phone all the way at the end, and you can see here all the specs along with storage and the version. The model number, obviously, as you can see, it says Mi5s Plus, like I said, 6.0.1, which is Marshmallow. So as soon as the phone gets Nougat, guys, I will definitely update you on the channel and on my social media, and I'll be keeping this phone hopefully in the long term to come, in the months and probably year to come. Android security patch level is not the latest, but hopefully we'll get there in the next few weeks, or maybe in a month or two or whatever. Now this is one thing I like. This phone is, by the way, running the global variant of the MIUI 8. If you remember guys, I also have a Xiaomi Redmi Note 3, which I got a few months back, if you remember, probably last year I think, and this was running the Chinese version. And because on Xiaomi phones the bootloaders are locked, so it was quite frustrating for me to look into it, and I wanted to flash the global ROM on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3, but because the bootloader is locked, so I had some trouble. Even though there are solutions to it online, and you can watch a lot of people trying to help you on YouTube, but it's a hassle. It's a lot of hassle to go through that process guys. guys. It's time consuming, and time is one thing which I haven't got because I'm a very busy man doing a full-time job and also doing YouTubing as well. So I left the phone on China global ROM as it was. But the good thing about this phone is that it comes with the global ROM, so there's no Chinese bloatware in the phone. That's what I've seen so far. I've not seen even one single Chinese app, so thanks for that, Xiaomi. I don't really care now whether the bootloader is locked or unlocked. As long as I have the global ROM running, I'm more than happy. This is, like I said, MIUI Global 8.0.1.0, which is the latest stable version available on this phone. Now, like I said, quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 821 with a clock speed of maximum 2.35 GHz, RAM 4 gigs. There's also, like I said, a 6 gig version which has a 128 gigs of internal storage. This phone has got a total of 64 gig because it's a 4 gig version. I've installed just a few apps, guys, but you can see you still have 54.73 gigs available. I've only installed just a few social media apps and nothing much. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys, about the software version and everything else. By the way, the phone has capacitive buttons. I haven't seen any option which enables me to look at some on-screen buttons. I think the phone comes with capacitive buttons here, and they do light up at night time. So if you turn the phone on, if the light is low, you'll probably see them lit up, and you can also always adjust the time should you wish to. Okay, so like I said, I've installed a few apps, guys. So far the performance has been great, hasn't been too bad. Obviously Snapdragon 821 with 4 gigs of RAM, you do expect a very, very good performance. So performance hasn't been an issue. As you can see, the animations are still on. In fact, I saw an option where here somewhere, I think in the battery settings, where it says I can take the animations off as well. So let's get into battery. I wanted to show you this, guys, specifically, and so because this is something which I haven't seen before in other phones. So as you go into battery settings, you can see it says system animations at the bottom. So if you tap here, you can see it comes up with two options: hide system animations, speeds up your device's performance, or show system animations, which says may slow down your device's performance. At the moment it's on system animations. So if I was to tap on hide system animations, it would say reboot your device to apply the settings. So I will be doing this, guys, like I said, and I will show you how much of a difference would it make once I have taken the animations off. But animations is a well-known thing out there. Lots of people go into developer settings and they take the animations off, but it's good to see Xiaomi giving us a direct approach and giving us the animations right here in the battery settings. I haven't really put any SIM in, guys. The phone has got, by the way, like I said, dual nano SIM, so I'll be putting my 3 UK SIM. In fact, tell you what, let me put my 3 UK SIM right now as we speak, and I'll be right back in just a moment. Okay, so I'm back, guys, and I got myself this SIM tray tool. I got this Google Pixel here with me, guys, so I'm going to be taking the SIM out, my 3 UK SIM from Google Pixel. I love the Pixel, don't feel like taking the SIM out, guys, but what can you do? I'm a YouTuber and I have to keep changing my SIMs to different phones. I review phones, that's what I do. At times it's difficult, you don't feel like taking SIMs out, but you have to, and that's the way, we sacrifice the time to show you guys all these new phones. So I'm going to take my nano SIM out from my Pixel, guys, the Google Pixel, which I'm also testing these days, and I will be putting this in the nano SIM tray of the Xiaomi Mi5s Plus. Now the SIM tray is on the left hand side, guys, of the phone. As you can see, I did show you the right hand side, but I'm sorry I forgot to show you the left hand side. This is where the SIM tray is. So let's put this SIM tray tool there. Let's get the tray out and see how the tray is like. So as you can see, let's pull it out. There we go. So the phone has, like I said, got 2 nano SIM slots. So let's put my 3 UK SIM in there, guys, and see if it picks up my 3 UK network. Okay, so there we go. It's gonna be a bit tricky like always. This is the way I think it's gonna go. Yeah, this is where the D pen is. So let's put that SIM in this tray just there. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna keep it still so it doesn't drop. There we go, guys. It's gone in there straight away. And now let's put this back into the phone. There we go. Okay, ta-da. To be honest, I haven't really tested it so far. This is the first time I'm putting the SIM in, so I thought I'll do it live on the camera with you guys and see how this goes. So now let's take the airplane mode off. The airplane mode was on because I wanted to save battery. Remember this, if you haven't got no SIM, if you want to use your phone's Wi-Fi, always put it on your airplane mode so it saves battery. Okay, I can see my network signal is up there, so let's switch the Wi-Fi off and mobile data is on ready and see if this picks up my 3 UK's 4G. Haha, there we go. As you know guys, 4G works in 3UK on 1800 megahertz and 2600 megahertz. So that's why the phone has got these bandwidth bands already available built in. So that's why it's able to pick up 3UK straight away. Ta-da, good news. So if you're in the UK and you're looking to buy a Xiaomi Mi 5s Plus or even the Mi 5s, because they both got the same bands, 1800 and 2600 bands for 4G in the UK, you should be able to get this straight away without any issues. Let's quickly open the Play Store, see if it's working still. Okay, let's get into games. There we go guys. So the 4G connection is working without any issues. So good news guys, if you're in the UK trying to buy this phone, your 3UK 4G will work in straight away without any issues. Let's also have a quick look at the camera. Like I said, the back camera is got two dual cameras, each 13 megapixel. So let's take a quick photo of this Android and see how the camera performs. This is just a quick test guys, and not a detailed test. So let me just put this into the camera bit. There we go. So let's now, without tapping on the screen, see if it takes a photo straight away. There we go. Okay, let's change the angle a bit. There we go guys, and then there we go. Let's bring in the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 and let's take a few pictures of this phone as well and see how this comes up. Okay, let's get really close. There we go. Okay, a bit of a struggle. It is not focusing the way I would want it to focus. There we go. Let's focus it now. So there you go. Not too bad. And down underneath, without tapping on the screen, there you go. As you can see, the Android has gone blurry, so not too bad. Let's have a quick look at the photos then. There we go. I tell you what, the quality is not too bad considering it's only a 13 megapixel camera, and this is at the moment the lighting conditions are quite difficult, so the camera isn't doing too bad and has made the Android blurry at the back end, which is quite nice, and nice amount of detail considering that it's low light, it's night time at the moment. Here you can see the Mi logo very clearly along with the speakers, so not looking too bad. Okay, this is the Android. We didn't tap on the screen. The image has got a little bit blurry, but like I said, it's night time, so it's not as clear. But overall, if you look at it from far away, it's not too bad. On this image, let's have a look. It is much better than the other one. When the camera was a bit far away, it was able to capture more detail. But when I got closer to Android, the Android, it did struggle there just for a bit. So not looking too bad for a device which is only around 300 pounds. I think it's a decent enough camera, not bad at all, considering that right now this is nighttime and this is not daytime. Alright guys, so let me give you a quick comparison against other bigger devices that I got on me. First of all, let's have a look at the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3, which is a 5.5 inch screen phone, and see how this stands against the Mi 5s Plus. As you can see, 5.5 inches versus 5.7 inches. They are pretty much on par, I would say. Maybe a difference of obviously a couple of millimeters. That's why the screen size is bigger on the Xiaomi Mi 5 Plus. But if you look at them, you will see the Mi 5 Plus is obviously slightly bigger and also slightly wider as well, as you can see here. So but because the phone's got these dual curved edges on both sides of the back, so it's easy to grip as opposed to the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3. But Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 is definitely an easier device to hold as compared to what we have on the Xiaomi Mi 5s Plus. Okay, so comparing it against the OnePlus 3 now, I got here OnePlus 3 guys. This is a 5.5 inch screen phone as well, as you can see, and the Mi 5s Plus is obviously bigger than the OnePlus 3, but not by much difference. Let's have a look at the width here then. So the width on the Mi 5s is obviously more because it's a 5.7 inch screen phone, but because it's got dual curved edges, so that definitely helps in gripping the phone. But don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to justify for you to buy the Mi 5s Plus. If you find it too big, by all means don't go for it, but I personally find it rather easier to hold in the hand because of the dual curved back edges that it has, dual curved sides at the back, so it helps in gripping the phone rather easily. As compared to my other phones, this is definitely a bigger device, and no question about it. As you can see in the video, more wider, more bigger as well. I also have the OnePlus 2 here guys, so let's have a quick look at the OnePlus 2. OnePlus 2 was quite a heavy phone when it came out, still a heavy phone, and especially as compared to the OnePlus 3, it's quite heavy. Okay, so let's have a quick look here then. In terms of width, you can see it is obviously less wider than the Xiaomi Mi 5s Plus. And let's have a look at the size now. As you can see guys, it is definitely bigger than the OnePlus 2. Obviously it's a big phone, so you will feel the chunkiness, but like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, I find it personally rather easy to hold in the hand because I've got big hands firstly, and secondly because of the dual curved back sides of the phone. It helps in gripping the phone rather easily as compared to the normal regular flat phone. So guys, this was a quick first impressions of the Xiaomi Mi 5s Plus. It's a chunky phone, don't get me wrong, it's a big phone, but it's got a nice form factor, lovely metal aluminium build, very fast fingerprint sensor. First impressions, decent set of cameras so far from what I've seen, and also it's got a huge battery inside, which I'll be testing in the next few days and weeks to come, and I will definitely do a dedicated video on the battery. I'll be doing the gaming performance videos as well guys, and a couple other videos showing you everything else about the Xiaomi Mi 5s Plus. If you got any questions, like always, please give me a thumbs up, and guys, please feel free to ask me anything in the comment section, and like always, please subscribe as it helps, and I shall see you in the next video.